There's something that I've noticed recently among the people that I work with, that spiritual practices and seeking can become a form of self-criticism and self-harm. There's a part of them that is the judge or the self-critic or this controlling part that really has a strong black and white idea of what is right and what is wrong. And anything that doesn't align with what this judgmental part thinks is right, the person will flagellate themselves and beat themselves up, saying, "Oh no, I am not yet holy and enlightened. I am not acting like a saint in my everyday life. I must be a horrible person. I am not good enough. I am not enough." And that is a really painful trap to be in. It's a cycle that oftentimes just feeds itself and goes spiraling downwards, because the more that you think, "Oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not acting in these holy ways that I'm expecting myself to act," the more you think bad thoughts about yourself, the more you're like, "Oh, that bad thought is itself a sign that I'm not yet enlightened." And so it just goes down and down and down. And oftentimes I've noticed that the people I've worked with that get caught in these kinds of spirals, they tend to be very smart. They tend to have really strong minds. And it's exactly that which is trapping them. It's their intellect. They're coming to the process of spiritual exploration and expansion from the mind. And usually it's not just the fact that they're smart individuals. Usually they've also had a really hard life or some really difficult and painful experiences growing up. So they could have also Christian or Jewish backgrounds, traditions that have a strong moralism about what is right, what is wrong, and also that tend to cultivate a kind of guilt and personal shame about just being human, just being who you are. And all of these things, this, past hurts, kind of enculturation into a strongly moralistic religion or cultural background, along with just powerful intellectual capacity to think about thinking about thinking about thinking, ends up creating this trap. And it becomes such a trap that, one person in particular that I've worked with, anytime he tried to sit and meditate, anytime he tried to do any self-help practice or working with anyone else, it would just blow up. It would be so, and self-antagonistic that he couldn't keep going with it. And there was somebody else that I worked with that was being critical of the fact that she was being critical of herself. And so it just fed on itself, one thing on top of the next. And it never seems like there's a way out of this cycle, at least not from within the logic of the cycle. So if this sounds like you, if this sounds like something you've experienced or are going through, and you feel like you're kind of caught in this trap, you may know that you're caught in it, but you still can't get out of it. Knowing that you're trapped in this way doesn't actually help at all get out of it. It just, it embarrasses you maybe, or creates this feeling of shame. Well, I know that I'm trapped like this. I know what's going on, but I still can't move anywhere. So what do you do? Well, this is not an easy thing to untangle, but one thing that you can do, one step that you can try is, paradoxically, to go and feel worse. To go and just say, for this week, you know what? I'm just going to feel bad. I'm just going to feel not good. It sounds strange because that is counterintuitive to why we come to spiritual practice or any kind of psychological, therapeutic, self-help work to begin with. We come to this work to feel good because we feel bad. But if doing these practices makes you feel worse, then the only way out is simply to just go deeper into whatever pain, whatever bad feelings you are feeling, and try and feel worse and feel, honestly, as bad as you can feel. And it sounds strange, it sounds paradoxical, But what will end up happening is you will, if you can sit with your pain, you will start to actually drop below the thinking mind into your felt experience. And you will start to actually feel and process some of the underlying wounds that your mind has been trying to protect you from, trying to figure out how to solve the pain. There is no solving the pain. There is no getting away from the pain. The only thing that we can really do with it is to go down and to feel it. And let me tell you right now, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. But this is the only way out. Just like that old Stoic expression, the only way out is through. You have to go down and feel it. Otherwise, you're going to be turning in circles, round and round and round, trying to figure out how to avoid feeling it. And there's no way. One of my clients was speaking with ChatGPT, and I think the AI put it really, really well. It said, you don't need someone to help you put out the flames. You need someone to sit with you as you burn. So I hope that this has been helpful. If you want someone to sit with you as you burn, reach out. I'd be happy to sit there and hold some compassionate space as you feel and work through whatever it is that needs to be burned through. If that's something that interests you, go down to the description and you can find a link to my website as well as a link to how to sign up for a consult with me. I hope that this has been helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.